Hi everyone, welcome back. It's another weekend. Yes, we are actually back on. It's going to be an awesome hot topic. Guess what we're going to be talking about today? It's music, music, music. Hot topic is music. Yes, welcome back to the Grapevine Talk Show. I don't know if you guys love music as much as I do, but I love me some music. All genders of music, actually. I'm a very musical person. I was raised in that type of background, so I love all types of music. And yes, if you love music, hey, we all have different styles of music, and it's really interesting because music has some powerful effects on us. It could be some good, some bad, but definitely I enjoy with a passion. So, yes, so we are back on. I'm actually just waiting for Andre to tap one in, giving him some time to warm up. Yes, but we are actually going to be enjoying some, interesting talks about, different genders of music, how it could affect us and different things like that. But I actually have, there's Andre. Welcome, Andre. Andre Lewinson, he's tuning back in, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Sometimes with Wi-Fi, y'all, you know how it is, but give me some time to tune on in. Hey, Mr. Andre Lewinson, welcome back.
Hey, Turning Point 27. What's up? What's up?
Yep, we are back. We are back in our live here, our IGTV live.
Yes, we are.
Warming up a bit. Yep, we have a wonderful hot topic to talk about today, and pretty much, this type of hot topic, I'm sure a lot of our audience could relate to. But so our hot topic today, I'm going to dive right into it. And our hot topic today, we're going to be talking about music. So, music, like I was saying, music is so powerful, and it could be such a wonderful, thing to, like, therapy could be wonderful therapy to our lives, and it has some good effects on us. But definitely, do you have anything you could say about music? Because you seem like a music lover yourself,
Well, of course, music, music is life itself, Without music, it's like life has no meaning,
You can say that again. It has, that's what the music is powerful, right?
Of course, very powerful, very, very powerful. And they say that music is the art of vocal instruments, sounds are both combined in such a way to produce beauty of harmony and expression of emotion.
Mm.
And we know that there are different forms of music or genres of music, as jazz, rock, gospel, hip hop, pop, folk, country, soul, dancehall, reggae.
Oh, yes. And to add to it, yeah, we have all types, right? We have techno, house music. They also have another type of music, Guarifuna music. I like Afrobeat, like Afrobeats is also big. Afrobeats, the African music. But yeah, we have all types of gender type of music, and it's so interesting, like all these type of music, how it could have different effect on our lives. So
Exactly.
I think that without the music, like you think you could function without music?
Oh no, oh no. Sometimes, when you're in that mood, you just need something to just, calm you down or something and put you in a nice mood. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like it has this good, right? It knows how to
Yeah.
kind of, like, especially if you have one of those, not so good days, it has a way to
Yeah.
really mellow you down, or it could put you in a certain type of vibe. So, do you have a preference of music, Andre?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. As for me, I um strict to the gospel, but however, I do like country music. I also love the souls, and a little bit of R&B here and there, but
Ah,
yeah,
okay. Right,
country's mine.
right.
And
That's
of course,
awesome.
where yeah, and of course, where we come from or where I come from, have to love the reggae, the reggae music.
You have to big up the reggae because,
Yeah,
big
always,
ups to the
always.
legend, Bob Marley, Tyrus Riley. Who else, Brother
Yeah,
Simon? All these wonderful, talented artists, right? Oh yes, those are the Caribbean Jamaican artists, but definitely. Yeah, so that's interesting because you know, a lot of reggae music, they have like the contra, like let's get into a little bit about reggae music. Just for a little, because I know there is in the culture of the Caribbean, actually, in the culture that you're from, right? And myself in Jamaica, we listen to like reggae, dancehall music. A lot of people listen to some country too, but like you say, you listen to gospel. Now, I have a question for you,
Mhm.
and since you have a certain type of religion, but not everybody would so not everyone will actually be on that same, even Christians, some aren't, into religion. So I don't really want to get into all of that, but for example, right? Because some people say like there are many Christians out there who listen to dancehall music and they listen to reggae too, but they say dancehall music. How are you gonna be a Christian and you listen to Vice Cartel? Because Vice Cartel, he is rude with his talking with his music. Movado. Who else? Who else we got? Oh,
Conscience and all of those.
right. So many of them, right? So they would say, how you gonna be listening? You a Christian? Do you think, personally, that those who are considered Christians, should not be listening to, like, say, for example, Vice Cartel music or dancehall music in general?
Well, Turning Point 27. It's a pretty good question for real. And many persons will try to bring up excuses as Christians, who are following Christ and so forth, and say that nothing is wrong with these songs, as long as they're not teaching or preaching, violence and those stuff. But however, as pertaining for dancehall music, we already know how exotic it can be,
Oh, don't even mention
exotic, yeah,
exotic. Okay.
very, very exotic, especially, you know, as regards to sexual
Very
things
erotic.
and even portraying crime and violence. As Christians, I do not believe as Christians we should be listen to and to be involved in such type of music.
I hear you out. You have some points, but I'm gonna have to disagree on some part of it. I mean, to each his own, But like, for example, I'm gonna play this song, right? Like this is like a gospel dance or mixed tracks. So tell me if you could hear it on your end. So basically, they're saying it's like a dance hall beat, and they're saying I'm walking in the light of Jesus, right? That's dance hall. So based on like that type of gender, you could hear it clearly on your end, right?
I don't know. I didn't really hear that piece of pieces, but um,
That's a
so it
dancehall beat. That's a dancehall gospel type of music.
yeah,
So basically, they were saying in the beat, I don't know. Did you hear the beat in the background on your end?
yeah. I heard the beat.
Right. So like basically, do you hear the type of swag that the beat brings? So for example, it's more like, because I guess with their type of music, they're with the dancehall gospel music, they're saying, well, basically, they want to draw the audience of those who do enjoy the gospel music side, and they want to join, try to draw in the audience who also enjoy the dancehall music. They like to dance, especially with the younger generation of today. That's the new world. The newer generation is more prone to like the dance hall type of reggae
Oh,
music. You know what I'm saying? So it has like a
yeah,
beat of swag. So you get to kind of still they have the type of words that they're trying to portray on our young people or just people in general. So, some would say that type of music is it's not good to listen to, because you're usually listening to another type of gospel music. Well, holy is the Lamb, the precious Lamb. Like you usually would hear something like that, or something. So they would think like dance or reggae music. No, that's not something that we'll consider, very influential on the Christian community.
Yes, yes,
What's your input on that?
yes. Turning point 27. The thing is that as Christians for real, whether it be dancehall, gospel, or dancehall in general, because if you're if you were in the world and you were listening to dancehall or be involved in dancehall music, then you became Christian, and then you're expected to change your mentality as regards to word the songs or Christian songs. So as a Christian, even if it's dancehall um, Christian music or dancehall gospel or reggae gospel, the beat of the song alone tells that it's still of a dancehall oriented beat, and so therefore as Christians we cannot be still on both sides. We have to be choose which side to be on, whether you want to be on the word side or the Christian side. So as Christian, I do believe the dancehall gospel music, we should not be listening to them because it still portrays the original dancehall beats and everything.
Well, I definitely hear your point because you made some strong points, but definitely I will. This kind of makes me think about another question to ask you because like we know that music sets the mood for different type of emotions too. So it could also have, we know certain type of music could bring, like say you like if you like R&B, soul, jazz music, they could send actually give you that more relaxing, sensual, more romantic type of setting, depending on how it is. So like for example, let's see, and I like all types of music, but I wouldn't say that these type of music wouldn't make my mindset worse. It doesn't influence me in any type of way. So I'm gonna get to you on another question. But like, this is a nowadays song, and this is a song. Like, say for example, you have your lady, and you are a lady, and you and your lady at, are about to get into a nice little romantic setting. You want to set the vibe for your lady, and you want to listen to something very probably some jazz or something, but she tells you she don't want to be listening to no gospel music right now. Like, you trying to get into the groove, and you want to feel each other out and enjoy each other in the moment. You want to get very sensual, maybe a little sexual, erotically and all that good stuff. But you don't want to be, she tells you, I don't want to be listening to gospel. That's not going to make my mind think about what we're trying to be intimately involved with right now. So, like one of the songs, like, this is, you ever heard of Chris Brown?
Yes, I do.
So a lot of people, but he makes some pretty decent beats. Some people would say, don't listen to Chris Brown music. But like, say she want to listen to this, right? Everything. I kind of like that beat, It has a nice little dance swag to it. So she probably want to hear something like R&B like that, But a lot of times it's like, we know that music, when you're supporting music, people will say, are you supporting, when you listen to music, are you supporting the persons behind it? So like, say, your lady's telling you, oh no, she wants to listen to something like that. Would you tell her no?
Well, I think it depends. I think it depends on the.
Listen, honey. She says, listen, honey, right now, the way I'm trying to have into that mood, let's try to change. Put on some Luther Vandross, maybe some Sade, and she doesn't want to hear any of, she doesn't want to hear any no gospel music. Would you tell her no?
No, I wouldn't. Because that's just for that moment, and that moment of feeling, and in a certain type of mood. So, I think for that moment, I would play those, those old 80s hits and 90s hits, and even
the and the
Yeah,
90s.
yeah.
Yes,
Some nice, good, moody songs.
right. Okay, so you could get in the groove.
Get in the groove.
Oh, so that makes me ask you. I have another hot topic question for you. So, do you think like today's music, like say for example, do you think the 80s and 90s music, do you think those music are much better than our music today?
Of course, Turning Point 27. I think it's way, way better than today's music because when you look into history and even I listen to the 80s songs and the 90s songs, they are never stale. They're never stale. They're always in
Well,
tune,
that's yeah.
always on beat. And they always on the hit list. And those songs like those, they are, a benchmark for in music. For the music industry. It's those songs, the lyrics alone can thrill your heart. And first of all, these modern day songs now, some of them, when you listen to them, it doesn't make sense. Um, and the words are not truthful, are not valid. And it doesn't really have any you cannot feel any attachment to them at all. And sometimes when you listen to certain artists and the words of their songs, you don't see the sense why are they an artist themselves, because
That's well.
yeah, it seriously doesn't have any impact on your life or on your feelings at that moment.
Yeah, talent comes in all. I mean, there's so many talented artists out there, but I see your point where that you're saying, and yeah, you have a lot of music artists that comes out with some really interesting songs. I'm not gonna point fingers and call any names, but yeah, to each his own, I guess. And the good thing is that we have a choice to listen to the type of music that we like to listen to. But definitely that makes me raise another question because I know personally, um, I know you're going to have something to say on this, Andre, because I definitely do. But what do you think about, do you think that music, do you think that music have an influence on a person's lifestyle, on a person's mentality? Do you think that even those who have a certain religion, do you think that actually if they're listening to rap, if they listen to R&B, if they listen to Afro Latin music, or you know whatever music, do you think that it could actually have um, an effect on their mind mentally, negatively, positively? What is your opinions on that?
Well, Turning Point 27, that's a very good question. And I do believe that it can really have a great impact significantly on a person's mentality, whether it be positive or negatively. Because, for example, music is a very, very powerful tool and instrument, and if it wasn't that powerful, it wouldn't be used, for instance, for medical purposes, for persons who are extremely suffering from extreme anxiety and depression. And music is used to decrease their anxiety, And in today's world, especially in the youths, and so music has a significant role play in their lives because especially if the artists are a very popular artists, are popular ones, when the youths listen to them, their songs, it can actually influence their expressions, how they react in life to other persons around them. It can actually influence, their way of thinking, their mindsets, and how they think and perceive of things, and how they do things as well. It will have a significant impact in our lives and in the youths of today's society because even some of the times, as you can read through history and what happened to many youths in the past and now, where they have the tendency to listen to certain artists and genres of music, and especially their favorite artists, and when they listen to them, especially if the artists that they listen to produce songs of violence or killings or, you know, sexual orientations and those stuff, those youths or kids or whomever listen to them, they actually start to do the actions that the songs tell them to do. And that's why some of the times they are um, youngsters who decided on their mind to go out and to rob, a shop because that's what the song that they listen to tell them to do. They decided to rape someone because the songs have an influence in their mindset and their mentality and way of thinking in life. They also decided to kill someone because that's what the song tells them to do. And so based on those experiences, in life, and based on those um, events that have happened in the past and now, we can fully say that music does really has a very significant impact on our youth today in all areas of life, emotionally, spiritually, physically, every yeah, every single aspect of life. It does really have an impact.
Wow, you made some strong points, and you definitely hit it on the nail when it comes to it could affect, especially our young people, because a lot of our young people could be, of course, we know that they're still growing and developing, but we know that they could actually um, take the type of music that they're listening to. It could be influence their behaviors into a different form. That's true, but definitely, you mentioned something like violence. That's very that's a huge one that but do you think that it actually will influence like a person, like say a person who has a spiritual background and say that they are actually a Christian, right? Like those who have a spiritual background, and they say that they're Christian and they listen to all types. Like I personally, I enjoy all types of music. As an adult, it will have a different effect, of course. It will have a different effect, of course. But for the youth is different. But I don't think that it would influence me. Um, I've heard all types of music. I listen to all types, but I used to listen to more music depend on how it is. Like when you're younger, some music you kind of listen to, but then you kind of outgrow it sometimes. Like this is kind of whack. You know what I mean? Like you said, this is
Yeah.
whack. It doesn't really have any effects on you. So, those type of music actually, like for example, I like Afro Latin music, and I enjoy it, especially dancing. It gives me a nice workout time. Like this is something I enjoy listening to, Afro beats. I like Afro beats all the time. They put me in that good vibe, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
So these type of songs like the Afrobeat, it's like it take you back to the motherland. Just like
yes,
take you back to the roots, to our roots.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I enjoy listening to it. It gives me that good vibe. So, it gives me a nice little workout when you're cleaning up and doing different things. I enjoy it a lot. But definitely, it doesn't really, like that type of gender music, I don't think it affects me. But yes, of course, like you think it's morely in rap music that you rap or a certain type of dancehall music that you think
Yeah.
that could influence the negative side?
Yes, I actually think so because most of those songs that portray violence are mainly of such type of music or genre of music, the rap. You know,
Hmm.
it really have a lot of violent impressions, in the songs, and so and as well, of dancehall music as well. They portray a lot of violence, in most of the songs,
Hmm.
and yeah, so those two, for one, for sure, are one of the main type of music that um, gives off such effect and impact on our daily lives.
Well, you hit it on the nail when it comes to that. So, so that's how we know. Like, so I enjoy the music, and it's like it could be distracting because there's times where music is therapy. Like you made a good point earlier about it helps to even ease anxiety. Everybody has some type of anxiety. Everybody. And that's something that I think that even those who were not diagnosed with some type of mental disorder, because they might not diagnose you and say, oh, everybody got anxiety. If you catch a person a certain type of day, maybe it's real hot, some mosquitoes have been biting you all day, you're hungry, you know what I mean? You need those who need a few extra dollars in their pocket and all types of stuff. Oh yeah, you're going to have anxiety.
That's true.
So then you say, oh, the person, it could be different things, but music is very soothing, and it's really interesting. Like, even when you were a baby, babies love music. I remember the days, like, growing up, I grew up in a very musical home. So, music was something I grew up hearing. I actually used to listen to music more and hear music more than watch TV. What? TV is cool too, but I used to be hearing music more, the oldies around the house and the singing and stuff like that. So I enjoy doing it too. You could be in the bathroom and singing away, and enjoying just the vibes of it, that it gives you that thrill. Do you think that music gives you a certain type of thrill? Like, just like how certain certain type of medications could give you a certain type of, effect and feeling. Do you think music puts that same effect on a person?
Of course, because let me give an example. For instance, the rock music. Rock music would give you, that thrill, like you're crazy. You want to go, no, no, no. Yeah, you just say, walk with me.
Like knocking heads.
Yeah. And then you have the soul's music. Give you that thrill, of feeling loved and and warmth.
Right.
Yes, and then you have the country.
It gives
then you have the country music.
It gives you a different vibe, right?
Right. Then you have the country music, which give you, this soft and tender emotion, pulling through your body and your veins, And then you have all the different types of music, like jazz, give you this soft as well,
right,
feeling and thrill. Yeah, like you're going in another world or something. Yeah,
it gives like you're very sensual, like you out, like you you have some candles and you feel free like a bird.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like medicine, you're saying?
Yes, of course.
Yes, music is like medicine. I guess it's one of those things, especially like if you grew up in that type of environment. If you grew up around that type of environment, you've always heard, it's interesting because, like, we always, we know that our environment could influence our thinking, but other things too, but definitely, music, I guess, is one of the coping skills that we could use. Do you listen to music daily?
Of course. Always. I've always been listening to music, because sometimes I use music as my medium, to calm my mind and make me in that relaxation mode, So music has definitely played a part in my daily life and routine.
Oh, that's awesome. I try to listen to it pretty much myself every day. It's very relaxing and it keeps you, keep you at least your sanity. And so it keeps your sanity, especially what's going on around us now here in with all this COVID-19 and things is our world is not the same as it used to for right now, I guess, but who knows? But it's a wonderful thing that a lot of people use, and like myself, I try to use it, to try to keep normal. Right? Yeah, so definitely, and that, I guess, and that's how so basically, like, say before you go to bed, what type of music would you listen to?
I would do a mixture of music. I would do a little gospel there, a little country, a little souls. Those are my type.
Right. Those are not the lullabies.
No, not at all, not at all. I think those lullabies would be like for babies. You sing it for babies.
The lullabies is what puts a lot of people pretty much to sleep. Or some jazz, right?
Yeah, jazz are cool.
Yes, yes, definitely. Oh, yes. Well, this brings us to the end of our show. We had a great conversation about music and how it could influence our mindsets and,
Exactly.
it could keep us pumped up. But definitely we had a good conversation again with this great hot topic.
Did we have turning 20.7?
Yes, so we enjoyed it. So I guess with our next hot topic, you know what? So those we didn't get too many followers today or
Yeah,
anybody
we
that
didn't get
wanted,
tonight, but
but we
you know what?
enjoyed a good conversation.
Let's tune in for next week because next week we'll have an interesting topic, and also an interesting guest or guest that will be hopping on our live show for next week, Saturday night, 8 p.m. sharp Eastern time.
All right, yes, that's right. So tune in to the Grapevine Talk Show. Look at me stumbling over my words. But yes, it happens, right? But yes, we enjoyed this conversation. I had a great time talking with you, Andre, as always.
Great time talking
Yes,
to you
so
as always, turning
we'll
point 27.
enjoy the rest of. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody, and we'll tune
Hope
in
you
the
too.
next time. Andre.